Okay.
Hello everyone and welcome to what we call Stars. It's our D&D, SciFi DND campaign. I am Will, I'm the Space Master, and we're using the Stars So Outnumbers rule set, and we're basically just here and playing some SciFi D&D and trying not to get too aggressive with each other. It's never going to work. It's never going to happen. Especially when you're playing with Raven. What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to take you through the cast real quick, and then we're just going to jump straight into it and have a laugh, have a play. Actually, I suppose I should do a bit of background, shouldn't I? If basically, what was it, Mark? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, about two. Yeah, it's about 2 years ago, yeah.
About 2 years ago, a bunch of us got together, and Mark talked us into playing D&D. And then what ended up being a weekly board game group of people ended up being just D&D all the time. That was it. Yeah. And then we enjoyed our sessions so much and the story that Mark was putting on that we decided we wanted to sort of stream it out, like put it out there for other people to enjoy. So we did, and then at the same time I said I would like to do some DMing, but I'm more of a sci-fi nerd, so I found a rule set from the show Roleplay, who were playing their version of Swan Song. They used a rule set called Stars Outnumbers, so I got that, we started playing, and everyone really enjoyed it, so now we run bi-weekly shows, one being D&D, one being Stars. This week is Stars, next week will be D&D, but more of that at the end of the show. So let's go through and just show everyone's faces. So first of all, we have Raven playing Janash. Raven, do you want to just introduce your character a little bit?
I'm Raven, I'm Janash. I play an interesting doctor medic sort. She doesn't like robots and she doesn't like AI, and she pretty much likes to rearrange people, and that's just sort of a basic thing for her. She's very good friends with Boosh, which is played by James, and she's just a crazy girl. You'll get to know her a bit better later.
Sweet, thanks for that. Right, next one, Storm, or James as he's called in IRL world. Let's just introduce your character a bit.
Actually, Storm is called Mark in real life.
Oh wait, yeah, it would help if I got the right person with the right name. James, introduce your character.
Hi, I'm James. So my character is Boosh, space bum, bit of a nut job, bit of a drug addict, but I promise he has a heart of gold in there somewhere. He's good friends with Janash, loves rubbing people up the wrong way and winding people up, and likes to think he has the respect of the crew, not that he really cares.
Fantastic, thank you very much. Going on from that, we go over to Will, our newest member, who joined us last week. So, Will, introduce Kem a little bit, from what you can.
Kem Griffin, a human Korean. He, as he said, new to the group, joined them after being chucked off a ship that was exploding. My character doesn't yet have much friendship with the group, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to join in and get to know everyone a bit better and get to let them know who I am more than they do at the moment.
I, for one, am really looking forward to it, but that's mainly because I know his backstory.
I am very much looking forward to that. It is going to be epic, provided it all works out. So we'll see what happens.
The dice decide, so you're either it's going to go great or you're screwed.
Basically, yeah. It's one or the other.
Moving on to our dear gun nut, Ayrton. Introduce your character, Adam.
Yeah, I'm Adam, playing Ayrton. To anyone Irish watching, I apologise now. I attempt what could be deemed as a Irish stroke Indian stroke Northern accent. Who knows? It varies. Basically, I love guns. Have a massive collection of guns. Think Jane in Firefly with a nice storage unit behind his bed. and that's pretty much it. Head of security on the ship, and with this lot, I tend to stay busy.
Thanks for that, mate. Now, on to the captain of the ship, the man with a secret past, and well, I'll let him introduce it. Storm, Mark, introduce your character.
Oh yeah, I'm Mark. I play Storm, probably one more level-headed member of the crew. Try to prevent the crew from doing anything untoward and stupid. However, that doesn't take place. I usually try and end up cleaning up their messes. I'm a human, and I do apologise if my Australian accent doesn't come across very well, but we'll attempt it. He's about 6 foot tall, wears a brown coat, Firefly. That kind of brown coat type scenario is what he looks like.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, mate. Right, now moving on to our last but not least character, the illustrious psychic, one of the psychics of the group, I should say, actually. Andy. And Andy, you got to tell me how you pronounce your character's name, mate.
Beer will do. I'm Andy.
Beer.
My character
Got
is
it.
Beer. He's the erstwhile navigator of the good ship GSL Tennetenba. One of the more sensible and level-headed members of the crew, probably. Though he does enjoy watching the antics of the others. Does have some interesting things from his past that may come to the surface later.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that, dude. Okay, so as a bit of a summary, we'll let you know now that this campaign is 18 plus. There is strong language, sexual references, and everything in between. So we like to tailor on the edge of, I don't know, what would you call it? Adult humor?
Yeah, it's edgy humour.
Edgy.
Just snowflakes beware. And
I mean-
remember, kids, it's all satire. None of this is real.
Yeah, I think the main thing is, one of the reasons we love Stars is because you're dealing with extremely complex, fucked up characters. They got some of them have really bad pasts, and we like going in depth with that. And sometimes bad pasts bring up bad things. So, hey ho, be warned. Anyway, a quick summary of the campaign so far, because we have been playing up to about 10 sessions beforehand. We thought we'd just jump in and get you all used to it as we go. So the GSL Tennetenba is the ship. It is owned by Mark, and the crew he has hired is before you. We have Boosh, Beer, Jinash, Kem, Ayrton, and himself, Storm. They got taken a contract out to recover a husband and a father, and which led them to the station of Steadfast. And their time in Steadfast Station, they ran into a gang called the Red Undead, at which point they were introduced to someone called Yam, who was a pimp and a drug, what's the word, guys? Drug lord. Yam Undead, they went from there and found the husband and father, but just before they could get off the station, he was murdered by a galactic anti-synth squad. The government, or the Empire as they're known, is made up of 3 separate factions. The ruling faction, the Rising Sun, is in control, and they have unleashed devastation on the AI threat that has been now wiped out in something that we call the Purge. But there's still synths going around the galaxy, and these anti-synth squads go out to take them out. From this point, the crew of the Tennetenba found work smuggling guns and doing bank heists for what we call the Sindari Syndicate, which is the crime gang of the galaxy. And they did a bank job and recovered a artifact. This artifact ended up being an AI core, unknown to some of the crew, but known to some. and the AI was unleashed onto their ship. The Syndicate took the artifact off them, and from there, they then went on their merry way. Now, unknown to them, one of the crew members, Ayrton, is in fact a synth, and has unlocked this AI and unleashed it onto the world, and it is now working in secret with Ayrton to disrupt the Empire and try and change it for the better, using the main force of murder to do it. So while they're on a new planet called Eidolon, making some drug runs, they this AI had been tracked due to some of its we should say behavior on the interwebs, and it led to the army taking over the station. The crew narrowly escaped due to the help of an AI, and unbeknownst to them, apart from Ayrton, and they got away from the planet. Now, the ship was actually undergoing some maintenance at the time, and they had to make dock at a new planet called Baal, and they landed on a settlement called, it would really help if I had that, Asofast. And it's only a small settlement, about 50,000 odd people, and Asofast is has having some issues where people are just disappearing randomly. So last session there was a deal been made where they were going to look into these disappearances for a favor, and the townspeople were going to help fix the ship back up so they could get on their merry way. Now, while they're in this town, an old friend of the crew's called Kalaya Beer crash landed in town in an escape pod after her ship was attacked by the Empire, and they found her, warned the townspeople who locked her up in the medical wing because she was injured, and they went on from there. So they have now struck a deal with the town to find out what's going on. Storm has asked Bear and the new member of the crew, Kem, to help scope out with the doctor of the town what's going on. Kalaya Beer has, with the Storm, has they've come to a mutual agreement that she's going to help the crew to get off the planet, and we're going from here. So last session, at the very end, we left on it where Bayer and Kem were walking into town to join Storm, and as you were walking into town, Kalaya Beer was walking past you and locked eyes with you, Beer, and she passed you on by. But you notice she locked eyes with you. There was definitely a thought of a connection there of some sort, of what you are not 100% sure. Okay, so back on the ship, Andy. No, I'm sorry, Ayrton. What's going on the ship?
Well, if I remember rightly, I had escorted Boosh and Janash back to the ship after their scuffle in the bar.
Oh yeah, because they
asked them politely to be refined to their quarters for the time being, and I was generally going about the ship and helping Yam out, overseeing the repairs.
So last session, Janash got in a bit of trouble with a guard who approached her, and normally when this happens, Janash tries to murder them. So we're just gonna say it how it is. And Boosh luckily got in there and made it so no one died, but
I did warn the guy.
you did warn him, yeah, 100%. And
To be fair, nobody actually got in there, Will.
yeah, no one got in there. The confrontational level was real high. There was like, shit could have gone south real quick. But yeah, so they've been refined to quarters by the captain and Ayrton, the security guard of the officer of the ship. Has locked them in their rooms. Right. Okay. So Boosh and Janash, you are in your crew. You're in your cabins, And Kem and Bear, you're on your way to town. Storm, what are you doing right now?
Well, I want to ask Elisa a few questions. So,
Okay.
Elisa,
Yes, Storm?
well, when do these people seem to disappear?
It's always in the evenings. It's never...
Any time in the evening? Is it just places in town? There's more hotspots than others, or just random?
Seems to be random. Just every couple of days, someone else or another few people have gotten up and walked off in the night. The doctor this evening's setting up a watch. I believe you and your men are going to help with it.
Where are they setting up? Nearby?
The doctor will be along shortly to let you know. I don't rightfully know what he has planned, but something needs to be done. Something is happening to my people, Storm, and I need your help.
Well, that's what I'm here for, really.
We
Well,
haven't
I
dis-
walked-
We haven't discussed payment.
No, but fixing up the ship. I thought it was payment. Is there something more?
Yes, no, definitely. If that is the payment you wish, then I will wipe all debt from the repairs on. I'll let
That'll do. That'll do.
I'll let the caretaker know immediately. Thank you, Storm. Also, Storm, your crew is barred from the pub. I cannot have.
It's understandable. You know, I can understand why.
I can't
Yeah.
have that level of disturbance in one of the only refuges in town.
Well, yeah. I'm not arguing with you. Actually, in fact, Boosh and Janash and just Boosh and Janash really being barred from a bar is probably a good idea.
So, yes, she looks at you and pulls out a bit of paper from her back pocket and says, "I believe this is yours." And it's a bill. As you look at it, you see it's an invoice for a new door.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
And it's about 100 credits.
Okay. I'm not going to argue. And I just give up. I transfer over 100 credits. Really bad.
So she pulls out a tablet, they touch, and it goes bing, and the credits are transferred over, marked down minus 100 credits.
Yeah.
Right, so at this moment, Bear and Kem, you walk into the bar, and you see Storm and Elise talking. And she says to you two, she looks straight at you, Bear, and goes, "Hold right there. You two can't be in here. The crew of the Tennetenba is barred until further notice."
I look at them and I say, and I kind of give them the nod as in, yeah, fine, stay way outside. Kind of like.
Okay. So I sort of nod back and then look at Kem and sort of nod my head to gesture outside and walk outside away.
Yeah, I'll follow along and just let whatever happens happens.
Okay.
Yeah, how long is the doctor going to be?
It should only be a few more minutes.
We
At that
bring
mo-
him here, or might bring him outside?
No, you'll meet him here. And at that little moment, you see a guy in a white cloak panting. And you've seen him before earlier from the doctor's place. He's panting. He doesn't look that old, and he's carrying a few rolls of paper as he runs in and goes, I'm here. Sorry I'm late, Elise. So, you said you had some men to help with tonight's watch.
I kind of look and go,
Shit.
it's not that bad, surely. You see what we can do with other things.
What, you mean make an absolute ruckus of a medical ward?
Well, not just that. You just got to give us a chance.
Elise, please. Now, Duncan, they're gonna help. They owe us. They owe us big time. So, they're your men for now. Duncan just sighs and sort of looks at you from the top of his eyes, like. And he goes over to a table and sprawls out a map, and this map's like made out of really thin like plastic. Think of a roll-up ruler, right? And it's like that, and he like rolls it out on the table, and then like double taps it, and it turns on into like a giant map, and he sort of gets his hands and lifts it up. And what it is a map of this town and some of the surrounding area, and you can see if you look closely, you can see your vessel now sat there, and people walking in and out of it, and it looks like it's in real time. So you see the like main high street of the Western style town. All the houses about 3 or 4 stories high, with the pub on one corner, and the surrounding mountains and stuff like that as well. He turns around and goes, right, this is the town. So apart from the alleyways, there is only one main way into the town, which is this corridor here, this high street here. Apart from sort of going into people's houses or going into the alleyways to go into other houses, this is the main high street. So what I'm thinking is if we set up a watch on one end and a watch on the other, and then keep in comms traffic permanently, we'll be able to see anyone leave.
This sounds like a good plan. I was going to suggest the same thing, but looking at the
Oh, fam, right, I'm not quite used to this. I'm a medical specialist, not a security guard.
well, maybe you should be in charge. Maybe I should.
He turns to Elise and goes, Elise? Now, Storm. The doctor's in charge.
Trying to see how well he fucks it up and then let me
She like looks at the doctor and just lips, don't fuck it up. And then she walks upstairs, and I don't know, he turns to you and goes, so, what men do you have? How many?
Well, I have 6, but I'm only allowed to have 2 right now. At least his orders, I guess. But, well, you know, if you want to turn a blind eye, we could have the rest.
It's not the loud one, is it?
It's the loud one, the quiet one, the mad one, the one that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and the one that's actually pretty sensible.
I thought you were only allowed 2.
Well, those 2 is the sensible one, and the guy who doesn't kind of know what the fuck he's doing at the moment.
Oh, thank God for that. Oh, I was scared that loud one was going to appear.
No,
Right, where are they? We've only got a couple of hours until.
They're outside. I think you must have walked past them.
Oh, the two layabouts. Ah, okay. Yes, they look. Yes, they look like people. And he like goes, come on then, let's go tell him the plan. And walks out.
Okay, we walk outside. So I look at Kim and Boosh. No, or Kim and Bear. Okay, guys, we have a job. We've got to assist the Dr. Duncan here to try and find missing people from the town. They seem to be disappearing every single night. There's only one way in and out of the town. There's the shipyard. And we're just going to watch and see what we can find.
I'm going to hold out my hand and shake the doctor's hand and just for the record, I don't want to fuck this up, and I want to do this properly. Just so you know.
He turns to you and goes, oh, that's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Yes. I've been strict instructions not to fuck it up.
So,
do you want to take us to the north side of town, near the entrance to the hills?
Yes.
So
So
some sort of perimeter there, and you watch the other end.
yes. So what I was thinking is I have one guard, so I can watch the ship end, and you guys can watch the other end, and we'll keep in radio contact. And does this sound like I'm doing this right?
I have radio.
You just done what I've suggested, so that's what we're going to do. So it looks like I am actually in charge. And
Fantastic.
I start looking down the street. So, Bear, Kim, come this way.
I don't know how at least. Don't know how at least.
Duncan, just look at that end of the street, and we'll look at this end.
Okay, I guess. Yes, you do that. I'll be down here. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Tennetenba walks off.
And I walk down to the other end of the street. And I beckon Bear and Kem to come with me.
Oh,
I will follow this.
So we're just looking for anything untoward, anything past nightfall, anybody going in and out of the hills here, and we'll take. I think we'll take posts in each end of these buildings. See if we get on the roofs.
Yeah, you
have a
can.
kind of lookout. Yeah, so we make. So I'm going to have myself. I'm going to be by myself, and I'm going to send Kem and Bear on the opposite side of the street to another building rooftop.
You want us in separate buildings or the same one?
Well, there's only one building each side of the street, so there's three of us,
Right.
2 buildings.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, so that's what we do.
Yeah, you set up there. It takes about another hour and a bit or so for the sun to start climbing down and hit the horizon as it hits the twilight hour. But in the meantime, Ayrton, there is a knock at the Tennetenba's airlock.
Okay. I'll bring up the old camera. See who's there.
You see, and I don't know if anyone on the ship's actually told you yet, but you see a Calliope holding a small rucksack with some stuff in it.
I'll ping on the comms. Boosh.
Dude.
Hang on, gotta get the accent. Could you come down to the cargo hold for me?
Oh, I don't know, Ayrton. I'm supposed to stay in my room.
You really need to see this. And bring Carly. Or whatever your gun was called.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. And I will. Obviously, I've always got my pistol on me because that's the kind of guy I am. So I will draw it and hold it by my side, and then wait for Boosh to appear.
Okay.
Before opening. And then once Boosh is there, I will get him just to stand behind me and tell him. I'll tell him that it's chlamydia. Get him to stand behind me, and then beep, open the door, and just have my gun down by my side. Not making it obvious that it's there, but just in case, because I don't trust her.
I'm gonna get on the comms. Boop. Did somebody order a cunt? Because one just turned up.
You get
That's
this.
actually quite funny for you.
So everyone hears this on the comms.
What the hell?
No, okay. Return to sender.
Cool. Yeah, I'll open the door.
Okay, so she stood there and she looks at you and goes, "Hello, Ayrton. It looks like we're crewmates."
What are you on about?
And she like just walks in as.
I'll stand in a way and try and block her.
Okay, all right. Do you want to roll? Roll for it. 2d6 on a punch. You're not going to punch her. You just sort of it's a
Oh, just
physical.
want to stand in the way. Is that punch and strength then, or
Yeah, punch and strength.
8?
Yeah. So you managed to stop her, and she sort of looks at you. But she's a bit stronger than you really thought she would be. She's quite a slender woman, and she has just been in hospital for like 24 hours. So you weren't expecting that sort of strength off her. At this moment, your dear crewmate Yam looks and goes, Captain. He's coming in to the captain.
Yeah, what's up?
I don't like the language you used, Beast, right? What the cunt doing here?
Who?
Kalaya Bia. She's at our door.
Oh yeah, shit. I may should have kind of message. She's been confined to our ship as agreement with Elisa, the leader of this town. Welcome her, watch her, confine her to a room somewhere, and forget about her for the time being.